here, and that kind of, for me, makes me think that he's going to go for the Class Wex build in this game. So yeah, they are going to be lacking quite a bit of damage in the early game for NoPing.
Yeah, it feels that way. Well, we'll see what I can get up to. Now, that last pick, you know, we mentioned it is the very final pick of the draft, so we usually expect some kind of hard counter. You know, the carry matchup's going to be very heavily favored one way. Medusa versus Lifestealer in a vacuum. I don't know, in my head, my brain's telling me Medusa wins.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. NoPing, I think they're just gonna need to outplay their opponents, and they can do it, right? Like, we know how strong this team is, especially when they hit their stride here. The only thing I'm worried about is they're going something a little bit out of their comfort zone. Dark Mago playing Invoker. This is, again, not something we've seen in the last two DPC seasons. Lifestealer from HFN, same thing. It's like post-major, something changed in this team that they've decided that they got to play a little bit more differently than whatever they did that beat all these American teams before.
Yeah, do you think that is the primary reason? Because I know we had a lot of praise for them, especially in season 2, the way they were playing, looking very good, but they were, I don't know, they're very heavily handed, moving towards that similar play style every single game with a safe lane TA, Deuce, and Gyro, get HFN big, and then win the game off the back of him. Do you think that's something they've spotted and they've talked about as a team and said, hey, HFN, we've got to spread the wealth a little bit more, have a bit of a welfare system check here in our team, give a bit more gold to Oscar, maybe spread it back onto the supports? Because he did soak up the majority of the net worth in every single game, right? He was top of the carry net worth ahead of all of his other cores.
Well, to be fair, that's what made them so unique to all the other teams, and I feel like that gave them the advantage. They were able to get first place in the Season 2 DPC, Gary. I don't think you need to change that much once you get first place. At this point, for NoPing, their only goal should be to get to TI. So whatever allows them to do that, they can do that. If you want to go through your like growing pains right now, I'm not sure if that's the play.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a drastic change.
We'll see, though.
Like,
this game,
especially when.
Sorry, I was gonna say, like, this game is gonna set the tempo for NoPing's qualifier run. Like, it's all gonna start here. If they can win this game against this Dusa and make Dark Mago's Invoker work, make HFN's Lifestealer work, they're gonna be having so much more confidence, especially after their major run.
Yeah, have a nice little morale boost. I don't know, the more I think about it, the more I dislike this. You know, I really like your point, the fact that they did it in the SADPC, right? They used that strategy, it looked perfect, they got first place. You go to the major and you think, well, we played against some of these other non-SA teams, we're going to change things up. But do you really? Like, you're coming back to the region you've already destroyed throughout Season 2 and going away from the things you love. Well, we'll see how it works out. Looks like we've got a quick little pause here coming in as HFN disconnects and reconnects, so hopefully get back underway shortly. So we don't really...
For those of you who don't know,
right?
Yeah, we don't see any lane swaps, just very normal, standard, you know, playing for 2 runes. Radiant goes top side, Dire goes bottom side. And for those of you at home who don't know, you know, South America, there's a lot of pauses at the start of games. I feel like there was only 1 or 2 games in the entire DPC Season 1 and Season 2 where there weren't any pauses, right, Gary?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every time, you know, changing from Brazilian to Peruvian servers, I can't remember what the application's called, but there's that routing service people use to try and get better connection to the servers, get their ping lower, so they're restarting the game, restarting their routers and stuff like that. But we're here. HFN's ready to go, and he's down bottom all alone. And like you said, some early observer wards coming out for that double rune take top for the Radiant, and Infinity down bottom for the Dire team, all gathered up around the mid lane. We can also see Sexy Yogi in the mid lane kind of dropping observer wards, trying not to give away that positioning, hiding away in the trees. And we're seeing a lot more of this. You know, it was kind of a new, new piece of tech, maybe a year and a half ago, spotting out where these wards are with... What's he doing?
Look, all of that, and he's still going to put a ward right in front of him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, feels bad for PP. You know, and look at HFN.
Yeah,
HFN very aggressively moving towards bounty runes, but he's not going to be able to take one.
Already waiting there. Pandabu gonna go in. Deward that real quick. Nice golden XP for him. Yeah, PP was like dropping his... He dropped his ward. He moved his tangles in and out of his inventory to pretend like he's warding just to get it dewarded anyway.
Not a great start. Well, PP up against an Invoker. Should be a pretty good matchup for the Void Spirit. I feel like we've seen this go the way of the Void Spirit more often than not. And in particular, the reaction to the rotations of the Invoker. I think you brought it up a fair few times in the Season 2 broadcast. It's kind of been figured out by the squads. You know, Invoker gets to level 6, level 7. He wants to move to side lanes, catch an action rune, cause a bit of havoc. And PP on that Void Spirit will be wanting to do the same thing.
Exactly, and PP, you know, he has a little bit of that advantage because he's going to get that bottle. He's going to look to get those runes more than the Invoker. And if Invoker doesn't get a lot of tempo early on and get some kills, it's going to be hard for him to find those levels later. And Qualifier Invoker is quite limited as to what he can be doing.
Hey, we've seen that hard shift from the double null earn phase boots and go Hand of Midas pretty much. Don't even bother with a Spirit Vessel. Just try and scale as quickly as you can after that early tempo has kind of waned off. On into these other lanes though. Bottom lane is Dark's here. Onto Pandabu. Sexy Yogi's dropping low, and I mean Oscar's in trouble up top. I mean there's fighting in every single one of these side lanes, and everyone's going to survive. Argentine and Pamplona don't get Pandabu bottom. Sexy Yogi doesn't kill off Oscar top lane, as Matthew and him both salving up to staying through in this lane. Keep a bit of pressure on that Medusa, who is suffering a little bit in the last hit department.
Yeah, she's gonna be okay. The creep wave is coming into her. That's the first blood right there.
Yeah, down you go. Pandabu with that final long-range touch. Projectile launched, kill claimed. Darkseer down.
I didn't have bottle quite yet, and now he's gonna revive, have full resources, come back bottom. When you play against Ancient Apparition, it's very important that you have at least one healing cell, as he's constantly trying to unload his mana onto you.
Matthew? Matthew's getting body blocked and right-clicked down by the Medusa and the Dark Willow there. Oh, poor Rubik. Rubik, a hero that I feel we also had some struggles kind of understanding in Season 2 of the DPC for SA as well. It came here and there, didn't feel like it was particularly good or potent at doing anything in general. I guess it's just an all-round good hero, decent against the Nyx Assassin with a damageless stun, so you don't get bothered by the carapace. I got some pretty good steals here as well, though, but...
It was terrible at the major, wasn't it? I think it had like a 30 or 40% win rate only, and Nigma was like the only team who could even make it look even decent. It just felt the late game presence of Rubik wasn't there. Just needs so many items to be able to survive through team fights and have impact. Whereas like all these other position 4s in the patch, they kind of just click R and right? You just gotta press your ultimate, everything's good. Where when you play Rubik, it's like calculus or something.
Yeah, you're doing all sorts of like quantum mechanics, like I'm gonna steal this and do that. If you're a Wyvern or a Lion, you're like, I hex, I stun, I zap, that's it. Everything's good from there on out. Pandabu, stunned up bottom. Need some Iron Shells going here. I didn't have them up and running as quickly as they would have liked. So HFN continues munching away at creeps. 20 last hits and 7 denies. It's a great start for your lifestealer. Exactly what NoPing have been wanting. And so far, so good for them in that bottom lane.
Yeah, Arson's still getting his XP, you know. Got 21 last hits himself, and that's pretty much what you can ask from your Darkseer. Just get your gold, get your items. Her impact in this game is gonna come from Iron Shelling the Void Spirit, letting him go around, make some plays, kill these supports. I think PP is gonna have an excellent game as long as Arzing. Oh, Arzing. Gonna keep you all the way back to base. Okay, pull some creeps.
Nice attempt by Dark Margot. Tornado AMP, but dodged out by PP. Allows him to bottle up that water rune. As it looks like Matthew's going to take out the top one. Make sure that you don't get the double there on the Void Spirit.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, so far so good for Dark Margot. I felt like this lane was usually more heavily favored towards the Void Spirit in terms of just last hits in the first 5-6 minutes or so. But Dark Margot doing a great job there with his double nulls.
Yeah, he is. Got a lot of damage just trying to deny and keep PP down so PP can't make any movements. That's pretty much the most you can ask from your Invoker at this point. Because he's not really going to look to rotate. Top lane Oscar.
Yeah, stuns up the Deucer. Matthew getting chased down by Sexy Yogi. Gets the Brambles out onto him. Courier Snipe potential, but good telekinesis away. Forces the Dark Willow out of that little battle between them. Burner running a little low on regen here, though, but has the salve from the Dark Willow to regen back up, and it looks like a wave and a half coming in.
Yeah, you can look at the last here too. 13 lasts for the Dragon Knight. And this is because you're playing against the Dusa. Normally, Dragon Knight prefers to play against melee carries, so you can just kind of Dragon Tail, deny creeps, get last hits. But against the Dusa, you can't really get close to her and do anything with it.
I'm getting snaked every time, super annoying, right? He's bought the raindrops to try and mitigate some of that. But you're always in the creep wave, getting snaked away. Well, this is the period of the game now.
The raindrops pretty quickly as well.
Oh yeah. Super fast. I'm just thinking, this is like usually the period of the game where we start to see, you know, Void Spirit look to move. It's about time for that 6-minute rune. He's going to TP back to mid, so that means he doesn't have the reaction TP ready. So it could be an opportunity for Dark Mago to actually get himself out on the map and create a bit of havoc. Bottom rune is a DD.
Here.
I don't see it.
Oh, PB is going to get it. That's huge for him. And if he actually rotates bottom with this, he sees the catapult going mid, and there is a creep wave too. Well, he can if he has to reveal.
They're all wrapping around in him, and they lose ours at bottom. Darkseer gets hit by the 3-man gang squad, but there's the move into mid. Chain stunned up, Bramble and stunned. PP gonna find Dark Margo. The kill on the Invoker, incredibly important for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Didn't even pop the DD
ring, you know?
They also
saved the DD too. Yeah, exactly. And he's putting some pressure here mid. That means if he gets another TP out on the Void Spirit, he has potential to make a play top or bottom.
We'll see if he makes that move. So yeah, it was a tri-lane bottom that killed off the Darkseer. Rubik finally gets into the action.
Yeah.
As it looks like they'll try and defend top lane. Invoker comes up here. Shadow Realm Dark Willow looking to slip away from his grasp. Gets a good Bramble Maze down. The Cold Snap and the Dragon Tail stuns. Tapping away at Sexy Yogi. He gets off his stick. They don't have the finishing touch. Even with the Breathe Fire, it's still not enough. Dark Willow's out. Burner turns to fight the Dragon Knight, and PP with a DD. Straight towards Dark Mago. Astral Step. Oh, he survived on 30 HP. Barely gets away with his life. Incredibly close, though, as PP still on the hunt here. Dire Observer Ward, I think it caught a glimpse. Or does he know? He doesn't have an Astral for another 10 seconds, but he's got a pretty good idea of where this Invoker headed. He can't keep going. He lost track too long ago.
So they got 2 spells left as well to get on that Invoker. The Invoker with the raindrop just able to live through that. It would have been an absolute disaster for Dark Mago if he died after TPing top lane and not getting a kill onto Sexy Yogi too. You know, that's a sign of what's to come this game, Gary. That blood not dying, those 2 heroes, huge lack of damage.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just trying to batter back at Infinity to stop them being aggressive. Like in that mid lane, Matthews defending Dark Mago, knowing that this Void Spirit is on the hunt relentlessly, even getting a bottle refill for free from Sexy Yogi now.
Yeah, he's got the Arcane Rune too. So second rune going the way of PP as well. And he can just keep applying pressure onto this Invoker. I really dislike about Invoker. He just doesn't go for runes. Like, he doesn't care for them. So he's not asking his teammates to come there to control it. Exactly. And I think PP is just going to have his way with the power runes this game.
Yeah, complete freedom. In that same vein, though, you know, HFN has had complete freedom of his own bottom. Phase boots,
22
very
denies.
close to getting into the armor. Exactly, right? 22 denies against this Darkseer. I mean, Arzen is still level 5, 9 minutes in. Top lane stun out. DK caught up, but SEMP Tornado turnaround back on to Pamplona. Means Nyx Assassin needs to pop his stick. He's got raindrops, but the Fade Bolt zap and Oscar's final bit of damage. Enough to take down the bug, while PP, they're going to retreat out of there. Dragon form ends. So all things considered, they've kind of defended their tier 1 against any kind of push that would be made, and all it cost them was a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, just defending their safe lane. Actually, they were the ones who were going in for the play there. I think Pamplona could have just backed off, see that there was an Invoker who can forced to disengage. Sexy Yogi is going to get XP top. Medusa in the jungle farming it up. Oh, he dodged it.
PP. Hey, got away from the Ice Blast, didn't he? And the EMP.
Yeah, I did.
Very well done. He's
Under attack.
keeping himself alive. PP incredibly happy with his maneuvers. And look at that, a haste rune for his troubles rewarded. Looks like Pamplona getting some interesting observers down. Does get pinged out though. Radiant Season doing that.
Under attack.
While HF Vent forcing Arzen back away. I mean, oh,
There's
he's
the
done-
surge.
he was already used his surge. I think he's just dead. He drops the wall and falls. Infest ready. Into the catapult we go. HFN trying
They
to
want
get
him.
a PP and Pamplona. They desperately want him. They want this lifestealer dead
No
right now.
rage.
Stun him up. No rage. He's got that nice Void Spirit. Ether Remnant in and PP kills off HFN.
That is such a good trade there. Sexy Yogi also getting killed off top lane, so they're going to get that tier 1 tower up there, and I think Infinity are going to be fine with that. This top tower, it was going to die no matter what. As long as Medusa is farming on the map and they got the kill onto the Lifestealer, Infinity, they're in such a great position at this stage in the game. Dragon Knight almost has his Blink Dagger, so you're going to have to see a lot of impact from that. Possibly the Ancient Apparition and the DK just smoking up together, trying to get some kills going. HFN, he's actually TPing back bottom. He's only got level 1 rage.
There's still
They
3
might make a
heroes
play
down
on
here.
him. Yeah.
I think you're
Oh.
right. I mean, the Astral step in. HFN
too.
already down to half HP. He's got armor he can toggle, 1 charge to use, but he's gone. 2-man EMP Tornado, Ice Blast towards PP, but he's Astral stepped himself away, and Pamplona, he might be dropping here, but yet again, the casualty of war just handed over to NoPing as they get the bigger kill on Infinity. Much happier with that process, while Matthew, Astral step to try and find the Void Spirit, but PP yet again, too elusive.
That is a minute that HFN has not been able to farm. Plus his TP is on cooldown, so he can't even get on the map quick and just
Yikes.
start hitting creeps. Meanwhile, Burna has just been AFK farming while NoPing just TP'd every single one of the heroes to this bottom lane to try and save HFN.
I guess the upside is he already has his armlet, right? So the timing with the DK isn't, it's not mis-synchronized. They still have this potential. Now we're smoking up with Pandabu's AA as well. Like you said, they want to try and catch someone. PP spots out a stack in that Radiant triangle area. And
He knows something
disappeared.
fishy is going on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Smoking
Is he
up
going
to
to be
him.
able to escape from it, though? There's the Dragon Tail stun. Ice Blast in, but he might be able to dodge this with a Dissimilate. Oh, that all landed before he could jump
Oh,
away.
he's dead.
Poor PP does die in the end, and his killing spree goes with him.
Radiant
That was close though, because once he gets Yules, he's not going to be able to die. That's a little bit worrying for NoPing.
Oh, Pamplona gets into that Vendetta form, and now a Shadow Realm Bramble Maze. DK, double stun onto HFN. Pamplona sets it up with a Vacuum Terrorize. They do have that Lifestealer jumping away, though, as Oscar feared back away from the tower, but NoPing stick around to try and claim the prize that they set up for themselves, get the tower taken down, and HFN's Lifestealer, who infested in that DK, will pop out. Show his face in that mid lane again, while Dark Mango getting gone on. Dark Willow wants to move forward, and Oscar with a Dragon Tail stun gets on Pamplona. The Ice Blast going to come in and catch the Nyx Assassin. Medusa's arrived though with a Mystic Snake bouncing back onto Oscar. Dragon Knight falls, and PP should be able to get back away from HFN's Lifestealer with no problems.
Well, they did lose the mid tower, and that was a fight, 4 versus 5, because PP was dead at the start of it. It's a little bit of a skirmish here in the jungle, but I think both teams will just back off here. HFN, he wants blood right now. He doesn't feel like he can outfarm this Medusa, especially with those 2 deaths and going for the armlet here. I think NoPing, they're feeling a little bit of pressure right now, Gary.
Yeah,
I feel like they just
sure
gotta
are.
keep on running at Infinity, and it's getting harder to kill them.
I mean, look at PP right now. It's another DK stun. Ice Blast gonna clip there. Does get the Tracer on him. Frostbitten PP trying to make the run away. This time he'll
That's it.
escape.
Yeah, and you know exactly where NoPing are with all your heroes. All their heroes, and Infinity are like, okay, let's just run at bottom. Deuce is still free farming. We see a Lifestealer here. Maybe we can get a stun play on him here.
Hey, HFN's alone.
Yes,
Does he have the Terrorize as well? You're going to try and rage? He can't. Doesn't have the time. Well played. Oh, the armor toggle. HFN with a backup of Matthew. Gonna stop Sexy Yogi in its tracks while Oscar makes the aggressive jump in towards the Darkseer. Might be able to finish him off on his own. Oh, he's been stunned up, and the TP-wise move by the DS gets him out while Sexy Yogi plays aggressively. Bedlam onto that. Pandaboo AA traded out for HFN.
Again, Infinity making plays on NoPing side of the map. NoPing constantly making the reactionary plays here, and it's just tough. You're the one with the Lifestealer, Invoker, DK combo who needs to be shutting down a Medusa. Doing that, because they're constantly having to react to Infinity's pressure. Medusa's getting scary, Gary. So scary. It's going for a butterfly.
It's not even her time yet. It's only 15 minutes in. Like, it legit feels like this game is 20, 25 minutes in because of the way that Infinity have been playing so systematically. And PP's positioning so far has been spot on. And Oscar making an aggressive jump again. I think you're right. They are feeling the pressure. They know they need to make moves. So we're going to start to see more and more of these kind of blundered initiations kind of fumbling towards any kind of fight they can take. While Infinity are the ones able to set up, prepare themselves, and with the Darkseer, you know, continually push out these lanes. Right now, Draken, HFN, and Dark Margot both up to top. And if Infinity, or if they know this, they catch a glimpse of Oscar. Good Dragon Tail. In comes the Yules, though, and the Stone Gaze. A decent Ice Blast in towards Infinity, and a Tornado sliding straight between the three of them. But DK's down. NoPing lose their primary form of initiation and team fight, while Dark Margot doesn't really have any spells left. Pandaboo getting found by the Bedlam. HFN turns on the Sexy Yogi, but PP with a double kill. Slides into the back lines, plays the Ancient Apparition, and once more, Infinity buy even more time for themselves and even more map space.
Yep, and all they lose is one position 5 Dark Willow. And Sexy Yogi has done such a good job of just keeping the pressure onto these supports, running in, providing vision, doing damage at the same time. I mean, there's a very good reason why he's a massive tier Dark Willow player. This Medusa, again, no pressure onto her. Like, they can't even kill the Void Spirit or this Nyx Assassin, even the Darkseer, easily on the side of NoPing. How are they going to kill this Medusa unless they catch her by herself and they have 5 heroes on NoPing hitting her?
Yeah, it seems very difficult. Pamplona right now, playing the front man. A very normal job for your position 4, kind of playing forward in front of your Medusa, that barrier that blocks your opponents from coming into the triangle.
They try and run into the jungle, maybe get some of Medusa's Ancients, and Burn's like, alright, well, I got another side over here. I'll just go hit these creeps.
You guys can take the scraps. I'll come over and get some nice neutral items, like a Grove Bow. Burner, very happy with that one. Oscar clearing out some Ancients. As they do spot the Medusa in that northern jungle now. They're pinging her out, and they're probably asking the same question you were about a minute and a half ago.
Can we get her?
How do we deal with this Medusa? Especially with Willow and Void Spirit just standing in front of her. It's a good stun out from Matthew. Oscar will follow through. Pamplona's come in and whiffed his one. So 2 supports going to get blown up here as NoPing. They'll claim a bit of territory. But the question's always going to be, what's the next step? You get a couple of kills, a couple of supports die, but can you Roshan? Can you take a tier 2? Can you stop the Medusa from farming? And it always seems like the answer's no.
Yeah, and he's got the butterfly now too. So, and here comes the play from NoPing. They're trying to predict where the Medusa's going to go next, as they were just on the top side of the map. They see Berna on the ward. This is what they feel like is the only chance they're going to get to try and kill this Medusa, as Infinity's 2 heroes are dead, but now they're alive. That window is closed.
And look at Arzant's positioning now. Oh, he's coming behind them. That was very close to, if he'd known, a big vac wall, but they will get the Dissimulate, catching out Dark Margot. Dust is there, and Terrorized Vacuum into the 3 of them. Deafening Blast to push them back, but Dark Margot's dead. They get a double up on Burner, and HFN just has to run away. Can't stand and fight. Oscar's being hounded now by the rest of Infinity. Dragon Knight pretty quick, though. Sprinting away from danger with the Quicksilver Amulet and the Whip. That's put on him. And a jump stun. Sexy Yogi, the target of choice. Great jump there from NoPing, but PP is getting the trade out every single time. So the tier 1 push with these Darkseer illusions made ever the easier for Infinity.
NoPing, you know, they're all playing off the cool. Oh,
can they kill him? Can they kill him? He didn't rage.
Hold on.
It was still on CD. He's going to rage an armlet now. Good telekinesis. Stops them running towards that lifestealer who could very easily have died.
Yeah, if they got the remnant off, that was a super dead HFN too, and that would have been the icing on the cake. Infinity, again, same problem. Dusa, I mean, damage, you got to keep playing off the Dragon Tail. You know, you got one combo with your Tornado EMP. Lifestealer pops his rage. He has to get out before it runs out, or it's going to get stunned up. Infinity now just retreating back, continue to farm. It's like the ease of execution is on Infinity's side in this game right now. They just got to keep hitting creeps with the Dusa, and NoPing, they got to execute every fight so hard.
And yeah, it's especially easy when you know that there's only like one form of initiation, right? It's Dragonite is going to blink stun someone. Wait for that to happen, and then we counter it. Then they jump in, they stun PP. Counter initiation going to come out here with a vacuum back. They don't kill off the Void Spirit. HFN trying to chase him. He's going to Yule's up though, and a Stone Gaze forces them back once more. Dark Margot, he's up in the front here, but a 3-man Terrorizer allows PP to jump aggressively onto the Invoker. That's cutting it pretty close, though. Bottle charge is not enough to keep the Void Spirit alive. DK initiates back on the Sexy Yogi, but the Bedlam turns the back. Meteor Hammer's not going to land on anyone, but Matthew being left stranded by his squad, and Burner, he's the real carry. You kill the Void Spirit, but who cares at this point? Void Spirit has done his job. Got the Medusa to this point, got her enough farm where she can just run down lanes, and NoPing have no response.
Burner gonna steal the enemy ancients, take over this triangle area as well, just waiting for that Void Spirit to revive, and they can just go out, fight once again. You can see it, the Dragonite just blinks in and stunned. There's just no burst damage available on top of that. If the supports show themselves on the Apparition and the Rubik, then Darkseer is gonna come in, get that nice vacuum. Void Spirit is just gonna turn the fighter on by Astro stepping in. It's really difficult right now for NoPing to find the angle. They need to pick off someone who's just all by themselves. You can't even fight if Infinity have 3 heroes or even 2 heroes together.
Yeah, even more difficult for HFN, right? Because he, like we said at the very start of the game, as the draft ended, Lifestealer builds recently, you know, no Radiance, no Battle Fury, no real farming steroid apart from some occasional Maelstroms. This build he's going Armlet, Sange into a Skadi. Oh, you're right, Darkseer, found by the Invoker. Spirit Vessel and Cold Snap is a tanky DS though with a pipe up, and another Surge ready in a second. Is he going to be able to slip away from this though? With 2 heroes surrounding him, he's looking to juke him around the trees, sprinting away, vacuum back. Oh, Arzen, he's got no TP. He can't escape. He can't escape from this. Oscar's Dragonite down in the mid lane as PP slays him. 1-for-1 trade.
Yep, I mean, we're gonna take that. That should have just been a very free Darkseer, but the Ice Blast missed, so it took a lot longer than expected. DK dies mid as he's trying to push that lane out. Dusa has been pushing bot. They're gonna hit this tier 2 tower. They're not afraid. It's 4 versus 4 on the map. And Burner, he can just click his Stone Gaze and walk away.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's got a Skadi now too on this Dusa. He was thinking about going for the Sange and Yasha, but decided to go for the bigger item here.
Yeah, get
Meteor Hammer.
That's super tanky. Meteor Hammer going to take that tier 2 very low. Is it going to die? It does, yeah. Pamplona finishes it as they try to start something on to Sexy Yogi, but the vacuum stolen by the Rubik. That'll stop the TP. And now HFN can afford a Skadi of his own.
What can they do with this, Gary, with the vacuum? What's a big combo here?
I don't know, man. Wait for DK level 25. Oscar's jumped in onto PP, and Burner, like you said, just Stone Gazes and forces them to run away. Disengage time for NoPing, but they've already lost their Dragon Knight. Lifestealer Skadi delivered, but can't get any use out of it right now.
In the game, this Dragon Knight, he might as well just be a support. 6k net worth. Every time he blinks in and stuns someone, he's just gonna get slowed by the Dusa or stunned up by the Nyx Assassin. He can spike carapace off his splash from his attacks. Air breath.
And then there's the
so hard.
The Cold Snap Ice Blast. Yeah, Yule set to dissimulate. PP doesn't even dissimulate to try and dodge. He Astral Steps to play aggressively onto Matthew. Easy pickings onto that Rubik. But yeah, there's even like the wall illusion of the DK. There's all of these abilities for Infinity just to defend this Medusa now. And has been a very crisp performance out from Burner for sure to farm up to this point. But kudos to the rest of the squad for allowing that platform for her to grandstand on now. 25 minutes in, this is prime time for Medusa.
She's a happy lady, I'll tell you that.
Radiant's middle tower has been
Do they even have a solar or anything?
That's all he can do right now.
Yeah, deny the tower.
I mean, if you look at Infinity, they've been pretty much just buying core items for their own heroes right now. They don't really need the Solar Crest quite yet. You want to be able to just win team fights first, and just make sure that you stay alive.
Radiant's top tower.
Assassin now going for the Aeon Disc next after the Meteor Hammer. I didn't really like the Meteor Hammer buy though. Like, did you see any Meteor Hammers at the major on Nyx Assassins? No, right? Yeah.
No.
I was wondering like if somebody else did it and he's like, oh, it's good. I just don't see like the big use for it. I guess you do have the vacuum that you can hammer off of, but
yeah,
I
don't,
like.
maybe we saw it once or twice. It's very rare. It was pretty much like Tranquil's Blink Dagger, Aeon Disc, Yule Scepter was a big one as well, I think.
Dire's middle tower.
We'll see what they do with this smoke though, NoPing. Again, starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel, and it's Infinity that gets the jump onto Oscar. He wanted that rune real bad. Slapped down by Pamplona, and it looks like a bonus kill here coming through as well. Pandaboo's being hunted by PP.
Roshan.
EMP does nothing. And Roshan now belongs to Infinity. This is going to be your Medusa with Aegis.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, NoPing, they wanted to control the top side of the map so they can control Roshan themselves, but because of their lack of damage, they can't compete against NoPing's heroes when they show up as 5. And NoPing just gonna go straight into the pit, as they were also planning to control the top side of the map. Look at their vision on Dire's team. Everything around Rosh and that triangle area. For our next play too, HFN just gonna TP out with the rage here. Dark Mago, he might get caught.
Oh, he might be dead.
There's a vacuum ready.
Arzen vacs him straight back into PP. They've got the silence from that Aghanim's Void Spirit. Surround the Invoker and take him down. And you still have your Medusa out on the map, ready to make a play. Like you said, these wards, for the past 15 minutes, like I swear, I looked at it and a few fights broke out before I could actually get to touch on it. They've had this like wall of wards down.
Burner's all by himself.
Okay. Can they cross the map? I mean, they can't kill her. They can't deal with this Deuce once, never mind twice.
Okay, she has a butterfly, and they don't have vision of her, so they don't know where the rest of the Infinity heroes are. And NoPing's like, nope, they just noped out of there.
Not getting involved in that. Not a good sign, though.
And that was a Medusa all by herself, by the way.
Yep.
Completely alone, and they can't do anything about it.
So how, you know, they haven't called GG yet, right? So in their team comms, in their heads, there's a way for them to win this game. Can you see what that way is? Kill everybody else and leave the Medusa to the end?
Yeah, you gotta kill everybody else. You gotta drag this game out like super late. Get this Lifestealer to 6 slots, play off the Solar Crest plus Alacrity, and maybe Invoker also starts getting levels and becomes something in this game. Because I feel like Dark Mago, man, he got a few support kills, but other than that, this Invoker has been really sad.
Yeah, I'm not even able to go into that Hand of Midas transition build either. Spirit Vessel,
yeah, they just don't have a second core on NoPing. It feels like they have Lifestealer and then 4 supports on their team.
Which is funny because that's what we were talking about earlier on, right? In the terms of their play style. But Lifestealer not really the hero you think of in terms of that. Gets on top of Burner's Deucer for a little bit. Glimmer Cape. Just walks back, doesn't really care too much. Hits the tier 3 tower. Tanking through the shots. And the rest of the squad there, of course, at the drop of a hat, ready to back up the Deucer. Who's split push? No, Oscar working on his BKB. Maybe a way for him to start a team fight a little more safely. But there's the jump onto HFN. Oh, he's been blown down to half HP so quickly. Vacuum stolen, turned around, but HFN's dead. Invoker's gone as well. They've got buyback on the Lifestealer, but Invoker's gone for 50 seconds. That's your tier 3 forfeit. Probably a whole lane of barracks.
Cutting waves either. That's what it looks like. And I don't think they're going to stop there. They don't need to stop there. They got Burner with this Aegis. Got damage with that Daedalus. Yep, just GG.
It's over.
They just noped out of this game.
Radiant's
Wow, there's
NoPing
no way
is
back
done in
into
game
it.
1.
victory has fallen.
You know what,
17k
Gary?
lead at the end.
I hate to say, you know, I told you so, but this draft, I know Ping. In their mind, they felt like, oh yeah, we got everything. We got stuns, we got some damage here and there, we got this light stealer. But I feel like this is not their identity. This is not who we know NoPing to be. I'm beginning to wonder if this is just a one game thing, or did the major actually break this team? Like, I've been in that position before. I've had teams